Pal Families, Miss Delaney here. I am looking at the distance learning packet for second grade weeks 4 and 5. And I know it seems like so much work, so I wanted to break it down for you guys, make it a little bit easier to understand so it's not as overwhelming. As soon as you open it, it says right here, it's giving you all your login information. Now I took mine apart and put it in a binder just so it would be easier for me. That is not a requirement, and if it's not something you can do, don't worry about it. But as you can see in the beginning, we start with the grade 2, unit 6, exploring our neighbors, Canada and Mexico. So this is, the beginning is all your ELA content, and it gives you a nice unit overview and a week overview. So this tells you that day 1, all you have to worry about is the introduction to the unit and the content vocabulary. Day 2 is your first read and your read and response. Day 3 and day 4. Now, we also have our new sound. So this is like the foundational literacy from the other packet. Again, this is all your ELA, but it tells you right there, day 1, day 1. Don't worry about shooting ahead in this packet. Just do what you need to do day by day. Then, when you get to the end of the ELA, this is the last page for the ELA work. Then we transition to Spanish. So here you have all your Spanish work for the week. And we'll put out videos that explain what you need to do and when you need to do it. And if you look, it matches with what you're doing in ELA, doing the neighbors of the United States, Canada and Mexico. Then you get to the math section. Now, it put the math in English and Spanish, but at Powell, we do all of our math in Spanish. So don't worry about the English pages first. That's just there in case you need help explaining it or understanding it. But again, don't worry about doing all the English because we do our math in Spanish. So you could skip right here. So at home, if you'd like, you could use a little sticky note and put it in your packet where the Spanish starts. And so how I have tabs and dividers, you could use that too. So you could put your first tab or your sticky note here to show where the Spanish starts. So now you know, you don't have to do the beginning of this math, just the Spanish part. Semana 4, día 1, right? Week 4, day 1. And then the next set of pages is week 4, day 2. So don't even worry about going ahead till you finish that first day. Then when you get to the end of the math section, we get here to the science. So again, you could take a sticky note, put your sticky note there. If you don't have a sticky note, you could always bend the pages back. So that way, when you're looking for science later, you don't have to flip through the whole packet. You can find your pages bent backwards. And again, we have all the Spanish and English and Spanish, but at Powell, we do our we do our science in English. So you only have to worry about the English part. The Spanish that they give you is exactly the same assignments, right? So here we have mapping our world and a picture of a map. Then here we have it in Spanish, cartografía de nuestro mundo, and a picture of a map. It's the same text. One is in English, one is in Spanish. So again, we do all of our science in English. So here's the English work. If that's really hard for you and you need help understanding, you can always use the Spanish instead. Then we get to social studies. Now, at Powell, we incorporate our social studies into our ELA and our SLA block. So this is just extra work for you if you want to do some extra reading. You do not need to do all of these pages. Then, when we get to the end of the social studies, you'll see that we have some work from the specialists. So this is specialist work that you can do also. So you can put a sticky note again, or you can bend back your page to mark it. I've used dividers that I got, but again, whatever makes it easier for you. And so this is just you doing some extra work from specialists. You have an art project here, music, health education with some infused water recipes, which sound really good. I think I'm gonna try these out myself. And then some PE with an obstacle course. And then that is the end of week 4, and it takes you to week 5. So even though it seems like a lot of work, if you go back to the beginning, it's not so bad, right? We start with our ELA work here. And you're just gonna go day by day. After ELA, we have our Spanish. Then remember, the math section, you only need to work on the Spanish pages where I have my tabs. And then in science, we're doing the English pages. So I'm going to put my sticky note here for our science. And then to specials. Let me know if you have any questions or need help separating out your work. Remember, this is to help you keep learning and keep growing. It is not meant to stress you out. All right, see all your great work soon. Bye.